the 5-star shout out.
I'm not gonna say it because I don't believe in it. I don't believe in. You can't make you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we here. We are here. What's up? We made it. Good morning. How's everybody doing? That's right. Welcome to the side, Jawn. I'm here with the chocolate girl and North Kakalaki, goddammit. I made it.
That's right. I can't talk about him no more, y'all.
Can't talk much. Can't
He
say
here. He here. What can I say?
Right. And we've been hanging out for a couple days now, having a ball.
Yep. Hey, y'all. If y'all haven't seen Bad Boys 4, go see that. That's all I'm gonna say. Go see that. I love it.
Yeah. I've seen it twice.
I see. What's up, world? It's the Side Jawn, Saturday morning. My favorite day of the week. We are so happy to be here together for the second time.
Second time in 4 years.
Yep.
It's the anniversary show. We decided to bring Frederick Wilson on in the building.
Woo! Yeah.
The second. Gotta make sure I say it all.
The
Frederick
second.
Wilson, the second.
The second. Not
Morning,
Junior.
morning.
The second.
The second.
Let's get that out of the way.
Right.
Welcome, Fred. What's up?
What's up? How y'all doing?
Not much. We call hey, if you grew up around my way, we called you Junebug back in the day.
I can see that. I can see that.
We would have called you Deuce. That's what we would have called
You
you.
ever call him Deuce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everybody's, second. People call him Deuce around my way.
Okay.
Growing up.
Yeah, that'll work. I can work with that. I'll take Deuce over Junebug.
Junebug.
Like one of those, is a little bit better than the other, definitely.
Yeah. Well, welcome, folks. Happy anniversary to us. It's our four. We on season 4, so
I have to come down here, come see the chocolate.
Juneteenth every year.
That's right. And her birthday just passed. She
Happy
had
birthday
a blessed birthday. I want to say that. But Fred, you are our guest. How was your week?
It's pretty good. Just getting started. Vegas, so we got a regular hour. So today is actually my Tuesday. So, but it's been a good. It's hot. It's desert hot. So, but it's about to be July, so it's to be expected.
Yeah. How you be surviving, man? You be having on got a suit on and everything. How you survive through that Vegas heat?
I mean, you just drink water and deal with it. Same way when you be up on the East Coast and y'all get them nasty winters. You just deal with it.
Yeah,
it's living a good life now, and we in hell. And then in the wintertime, we be good, and then y'all be in hell. So it's just unless you live in San Diego, because it's like the only place in the country where the weather is just like perfect year round. But can't nobody afford to live in San Diego, so we just all chose to live somewhere where half the year the weather's trying to kill us.
Right.
But at least it's a dry heat. At least it's a dry heat, though.
Right.
North Carolina, y'all got
it's different.
Yeah, y'all air is just like that. I tell people all the time, this is why the SEC is so good in football down in the South, because they air is so heavy. So them boys you work out in the South whether you want to or not, because you got to carry that air around.
That's
that
right.
would be thick. Yeah,
it's a workout just running from the stadium to the field. It's
just walking outside.
Outside
in the South, like why I gotta swallow your air like soup? Like what is going on? Like how do you live down here? So at least ours is dry.
I ain't never heard that. Nobody say that though.
Yeah, I heard that before. Old people used to say that.
There's too much air down south.
Too much air. You swallow the air.
Yeah.
I never heard nobody say
liquid
that.
In the air. You swallowing it. You can
choke. The South is 112's fourth album, just hot and wet. Just
ooh.
Y'all don't know about no 112. Y'all
know. Yes, I know about 112. Mm-hmm.
I'm a part 3 fan. That's what my joint.
Yeah. I don't know which one's my. I'll probably take part 3 over Hot and Wet, but I don't know. I think honestly, the first one might be my favorite, but all of them, everything they put out, especially like the original 112 as a what's the word as a foursome, yeah, the newer stuff.
A quartet.
Quartet, that's what I was looking for. I was like, I know foursome ain't the word I want to use because that has a totally different connotation.
It happens. It
yeah,
happens to me
as a
all
quartet,
the time. Trying to bring the word forward. Come on, word. Come on.
So pleasure and pain and before all of that, everything got to there because
Yeah.
I'm old. I ain't get into all the streaming stuff. Once I got to the point where I can't literally go to the store and buy your album.
See,
it's a lot of stuff that came out that done lost me because I'm like, I'm not trying to download your whole album on my phone and all. I'm like, nah. Give me a CD. Give me a CD.
Thank you for saying that. Because I say this to him all the time. And he does not get it.
It ain't the same. It don't hit the same. If you go to the CD, you go in there, you got to pull off that cellophane. You know what I'm saying? You open it up, you got the jet, you pull out the pamphlets, you got lyrics in it.
The lyrics, the credits, you learn about the artist, you learn who created the music, all in one. I ain't got to go search and Google for stuff. It's right there.
Yeah, then you'd be surprised because you see somebody like, and it'd be like artists that writing songs for other artists. You're like, oh, okay, I didn't know so-and-so wrote this.
Right.
So-and-so. Yeah, it don't hit the same. Like going, and that's why when they be talking about all these new artists and all they sales, and I'm like, yeah, getting somebody to just hit a button on their phone is not the same as getting somebody to get up and go out and buy it. Right. So yeah, somebody streamed 80 million copies, but that ain't the same as selling
80 million copies,
selling 5 million copies where people actually had to go out and get your stuff rather than just be like, have it just literally delivered to the device that's in your hand all the time. So it don't hit the same.
Yep. And they used to measure not only sales, but airplay.
Yeah.
They can't even measure airplay anymore. I mean, how can you?
I don't even know. Everything I listen to the radio is older stuff. I'm like I posted the other day, I was like, if you learned about 9/11 in school, I probably don't mess with your music. If you too young to where, I'm gonna keep it real. My playlist is 80s, 90s, 60s, 70s, 90s, 2000s.
That's a good way of putting it, Fred. I'm gonna use that one.
I know there's a lot of young people in the music game doing good things, and that's great. More power to you. But I'm not gonna go if I happen to come across your music, but I ain't seeking out new music. I'm pulling my old guy card out. I'm good.
Yep. Me
if
too.
Your name got little in it. If you little anything, if you named after drugs or guns, nah. I'm not doing it.
And don't forget the money. You put the word money in it.
You know what I'm saying?
There's this one rap artist. His name is something never broke again.
Yeah, NBA.
Yeah. I'm like, how you come up with that name?
What are you talking about? NBA? Is that what that stands for? Is that NBA Youngboy?
NBA Youngboy, yeah.
Oh, okay. I just heard NBA. I thought maybe he was just a basketball player that didn't make it. It was I didn't know it was.
Well, he got a song about not making it to the NBA. Yeah, but I like him. He got a couple songs I like.
Nah, I can't do it. And it's funny because watching sports, forgetting that you are older than all these athletes. So like specifically with the Niners, how they come out with the boom box, which is awesome. But I don't know nothing that y'all play on that boom box. I'm like, why didn't y'all do that back in the day when y'all could have came out to some Jay-Z or some Luda or something like that? Yeah, that'd have been hype. But now I'm like, all right, yeah, that's right, y'all all 20-something. And then the old people are still 3, 4, 5 years, like Trent Williams, you the silverback, but you still in your mid-30s, which is 10 years younger than me. And I'm like, yeah, I love y'all on the field, but if I went to the locker room, y'all would all get on my nerves. I'd be like, yo, hey, sign this helmet so I can go. Because, yeah.
I hear that. So, with the music thing, let me get back to that because we do love music. Now, this ain't a music show, but we do love music. So, there's a couple things I do got to ask about that. So, Sharon has this thing where she doesn't know how new music comes out. She's used to listening to it on the radio, then saying, all right, that was a nice song. I'm gonna go get a CD.
Right. How it
Right.
should be.
Or seeing it on a show. I'm watching Video Soul or I'm watching 106 in Park. I'm watching TRL. I'm even listening to even American Top 40. I mean, any of it. But that's how I would get music, radio, all of that.
Let me explain to y'all how it's supposed to be. Okay, so you watching BET, Video Soul, whatever, and you see art, either it might be an artist you know or maybe some new stuff. Hot song, come on. A couple days later, you go down to the mall, you buy the cassette single or the CD single. And the great thing is, on the backside, they had the remix. Cool. Then about 2 weeks later, then you go and you buy the album. That's how life is supposed to work. I don't know what we're doing now. That's why we got all this inflation, because y'all done ruined music, and the ripple effect has ruined the world. But that's how it's supposed to be. You see the video, you go buy the single had the remix. Sometimes, maybe a couple weeks, like I'll give you an example. Soul For Real, 95 came out with Candy Rain. All right, you go down, you buy the single. On the flip side was the remix with Heavy D, which most people don't know about because don't know what they ever played a remix with Heavy D, which always makes me mad. But then, like a couple weeks later, they put out the video with the remix with Heavy D. Then the album come out, you go out and you buy the album. And then you listen to the album and you be like, okay, cool, they got some other cool songs on here. That's how music's supposed to work.
That's how it's supposed to work.
I think those music labels realized that they were spending too much money on investing in the artists, and they let the artists now make themselves famous, and then they'll go invest in the artists.
Yeah, because everybody
get your own following together instead of us
blow on the internet first and underground, and they got their own little following, and then the artist, and then the break labels are like, all right, who's out here making it already? Now we just going out and getting it rather than the music labels like finding people and cultivate them. Yeah,
so. It used to be nice to go into a magazine and go see the unsigned hype.
That's right.
It used to be nice, but they was ruining that, Fred, every year. The Source magazine used to be the Bible to hip hop, and they ruined it.
Yeah.
The Source and
Vibe.
Yep. Vibe magazine. That was my magazine, boy.
I mean, what was the thing at the end? The 50 questions or 25 questions or whatever? Like, yeah, that was my. But yeah, you would like see somebody and they'd be like, all right, this person they talking about this. It's like in sports, you got this person coming out of college, like, all right, are they gonna make it? And then 5 years later, they one of the biggest superstars, and you go back and look at the old Bob, like, oh yeah, they did talk about old girl or whatever. Yeah, she did make it. Or you look at somebody like, oh yeah, that person, yeah, they had one song and that was it. But,
yeah, right, like my song Obama.
Yeah, the good old days, and then it just got to the point where I think Will Smith said it perfectly back in 2006 on the Lost and Found album, and he was like, and they be getting trapped in the track, and they be clapping, even in the rapping was whack. And what happened? When did we get happy with that? Because I'm like now, like. I tell you all the time, I was born too early. Because if I was 20 something right now, I'll be a great rapper. Because I'm skinny, I'm not that attractive, and I can't rap. I'll be in there. Like
you can put the words together.
They're weird looking, and they can't rap.
Yeah, like, you can put the words together.
All you got to do is throw some little sound, and then Rari, just make sure you just throw out a whole bunch of expensive products that you really can't afford that you out here fronting. That's all right.
Balenciaga shoes.
How about and we use way too much auto-tune, sound like you got water all in your throat. Like,
don't forget to mumble. You got to mumble.
Just
got to mumble.
Cadence.
Every third line you got to mumble. Yeah.
And I'm like, people like it, and I don't know if they genuinely like it or if they just like it because they don't know that there's better out there.
Now, I'm like, Marcus said. Now people release songs on TikTok.
Yeah.
Your song blows up on TikTok, then people will go and download it because it's a good TikTok song.
I'm not, because I don't go to TikTok to learn music.
Well, that's the shit.
First of all, but I'm just saying, if I go into TikTok, I'm friends with certain people on TikTok. None of them are famous musicians. Not one. Okay? So I'm looking in my feed.
Well, it ain't the musician.
It's not going to. It's whoever is putting it out. It's not them.
Well, you friends.
So I'm saying all the stuff that comes up in my feed is never new music.
You friends with me on TikTok. Let me give you an example. I put out a crazy video but I had some music in the background that's new music. From the way it sounds, sometimes from the way it sounds and the way the little video that they did on TikTok, like, that song was out. Let me just hear what that song really sounds like.
No, and never.
Like
it never happens to me that way. As much as I'm scrolling TikTok and IG because I do social media for my clients, so I'm all in there because I have to be, and I'm listening and watching trends and stuff. I never hear a song. I think maybe one time you posted a reel, and I was like, "Who is that by?" And I asked you once. We've been on each other 5 years, damn near, and that once. Do you hear me? Once.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. I'm gonna tell you what was the weirdest. I'm gonna tell you what was the weirdest thing to me, right?
I hate it.
So we all know R. Kelly is in jail, right, for what he did, and he did the crime. He's doing the time.
Here we go.
TikTok has mainly got young people on it. The number one song on TikTok a couple years ago was "Leg Shaking." "Leg Shaking" was released in 2010.
Right.
It's the number one song on TikTok.
Right.
Come on, somebody got to stop it. Somebody got to stop.
Because somebody decided to use it as background
for a video
posted on TikTok.
And then everybody was like,
that's
yeah,
it.
I like that.
But that's young people liking it. Fred and I are not going to see this and say, ooh, what's the name of that song? Ooh, let me find that. Oh, let me go download that. We're not doing that.
Just letting you know.
I'm just letting you know. I can't stand it.
I can say I don't think there's a
wrong with trying new things. I love technology. I love progression. I love improvement. I love change. That's not it. I'm not some old crotchety ass woman. But
I'm old and crotchety.
Make it better. It's not better.
Old and crotchety right here. I will own that. Like,
I'm not.
My thing is, like, there's only a few songs that I've heard specifically from TikTok, and the problem is I associate it with TikTok. Like, what's that song? Jason Derulo had, like, coming out the pandemic. Like, every time I hear that song, I just think it's TikTok. I didn't even know it was a real song. I just thought it was from TikTok.
I know what you're talking
about. I heard it, and I was like, "Oh, this is a real song?" Like, yeah, but like, nah. Every time I hear that song, I just think of like preteen white girls doing that little weird dance that they doing, which I love how they call it dancing. I'm like, nah, that's okay.
This is having a spasm. That's what I call it. They just having spasms. So, first of all, let me say shout out to everybody that's in the comments. Sean, Marcus, Elise, Tavai, all of y'all that's here this morning watching. We thank you. We love y'all. Tavai wrote, trending sounds on TikTok has had impact on popularity of a song. That may be true. It just does not for me. I'm sorry. That just is. I can only speak for me, and I don't see the attraction. I'm trying to get to the why. Why? I don't understand what attracts people to it. Because first of all, when I used to play my music, it was in stereo.
Right.
Playing it on this or the computer, those speakers don't sound nothing like my stereo.
They don't.
So when I want to hear all the bells and whistles, I want to hear the bass booming. You can't get that from this. But this is what everybody want to walk around and hear it on this like it's so great.
But
it's trash.
Unless you got an iPhone.
I got an iPhone.
No, iPhone.
Oh, well, okay. But who's carrying that around with you everywhere you go?
That's when you got headphones. It's all about your music, not everybody else.
No, I'm just saying.
I get what you mean.
You got an answer for everything, but Dennis, you don't.
I don't.
You don't.
Now, if you want
this
the radio,
is what I'm saying.
If
it's
you
not
want the radio,
better.
if you want the radio Raheem, I don't know how you gonna do that.
I mean, the best was like say when you.
It don't sound good. That's all.
Listen to music in your car. That was like, yeah, that was the best. Cause like you'll drop, like you get, like say you get that new CD, you pop it in, and that CD stay in your car for a couple months, and it's just you in a relationship with that whole CD. You just you listen through once, then you go back through and pick out a couple hot tracks, and then you get sick of those, and then you listen to it again. You're like, oh, I didn't realize track 7 was that hard. Yeah,
y'all listen to like that.
So what?
What's the last CD y'all listen to like that?
Like I can really tell you the
last new CD, the last CD that I bought.
You sell them CDs in my house.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know what the last one was, but I got a whole lot of them, and I still play them.
I'm assuming you talking about the last new, like not like some stuff I revisited because I always got CDs in my car. Because I think I got one of the last
CD I actually bought and listened to like that. I think it was it might have been R. Kelly album, honestly.
No, the last CD that I remember I purchased, besides of the local artists, because I always buy their CDs when I go to their concerts, would have to probably be Mary J. Blige's last album. And I got it on CD. I didn't download it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like carrying on. If I download it, I have to take up room on whatever device is on. See what I'm saying? I don't want to jack up my room with all this music because I love music and my music library goes way back. Right? Way back. So how am I supposed to make more room? No, you got to go buy more memory. I don't want to do all that. I got a CD. It's sitting there. It ain't taking up nothing but space. I got that.
But old guy here
on a device.
I get in my car and I turn my car on. I want my music to just come on. I don't want to hook up my phone. Okay, cool. If I'm driving for a minute, I'm going on a road trip, whatever. Okay, cool. Hook up the phone, let the auxiliary play, whatever. But if I'm just popping around town, in and out my car, things like I don't have to be unhooking and this and that and searching for stuff. Like I got the album queued up, but then I want to actually use my phone for some phone stuff. Now I'm going to some different. Nah. Put the CD in when you turn your car on. What happened? The music come on. You turn your car on, the music go on. You turn your car back on, the music come on right back where you left off. I don't want to do all this with my phone all the time.
Waiting for it to connect.
Yeah.
I gotta wait for it to connect.
Yeah, like I say, especially if you popping around, you out the day, you run an errand, so you may be driving 5-10 minutes, then you out your car, then you back, and yeah, Sean, I do sound old guy here. Look, great. Especially when it comes to music, I will pull my old card. Like I said, if you learned about 9/11 in school, if you that young, I probably don't mess with your music. Not to say that you're not good, but I probably ain't heard it.
This me right here, proud Gen Xer.
I don't know what generation I am. That's how I don't even care. I don't even do. I ain't like. Look, I was born in '78. Whatever generation I'm in, whatever letter that is, old guy. And then you add about a good 10, 15 years on top of that musically. Because, like I say, I ain't messing with y'all new stuff. Mm-hmm. It's every now and then I hear something that's hot, but yeah, I'm not going to look for your music. If I gotta find your music, I ain't listening to it. If I ain't I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Not streaming. I'm not downloading.
I don't like it. But anyway, look, I want to know what I want to ask Sean is, what does old sound like? Exactly. Define that. Define that, because I want my shit. I want to be a passive listener. I don't want to have to do work to find and listen to music. I just want it to come to me. So some of the new music that I hear that I do get from the radio that I like, that's something I might go to YouTube and just find it and play it from YouTube while I'm doing my work on my laptop. But as far as having it on my phone and streaming it, downloading it, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah,
I'm just not going to do it. I have to really, it has to be one of two things. It has to be from one of my absolute favorite artists of all time, or I have to be trying to practice it for karaoke. If I'm not practicing it for karaoke, it ain't downloading to my phone. Not doing it. That's it.
I'm gonna let y'all know how old I am. Probably the only album that I've ever listened to on my phone was when Tidal first came out and it was free on Sprint for like whatever. Jay-Z's 444 album.
Yeah.
That's it. That and then once the free thing from Tidal went away, I ain't heard that album since. But that's the only time. That's probably the only album that I've ever listened to on my phone. Because I don't want a whole bunch of albums on my phone. Like,
right.
Like say, I gotta.
Y'all don't have no music apps at all.
No, I have music apps is one thing. Right. You don't have to download.
I got
music app. You can just listen. I listen to my Spotify and Pandora on my phone. I don't download anything. I just pick a channel and start listening to it. I don't mind that. TuneIn Radio, same thing. I listen to radio stations all over the world through TuneIn Radio. But I don't have to download nothing, taking up all my memory. So if that sounds old, then I guess it's going to sound old. But while y'all out here re-upping on memory because you keep adding more stuff to your phone, Sharon over here got a phone that I can use that's not getting locked up, that doesn't take 10,000 years to load up, because I'm not hampering it with all this doggone streaming and downloading music.
All right, so one of the comments was asked, we don't like having the convenience of having our music. Here's the thing, as the old guy, I'm good with convenience. Like, I think we in a place where everything is too convenient. Everybody got, and it's like, say, for younger people, especially if you grew up in this technology age and this is all you know, cool. But for those of us that was like pre everything out of convenience, I'm good with waiting on stuff. I don't need everything at my fingertips at all time. I'm good with that. Like I say, because I didn't grow up with that, I'm used to it. Like, if you grew up in this era, you're not used to not having everything at your
exactly.
You already know nothing about that. And that's not your fault. It's just the era you came up with. But I came up with an era before where it's like, nah, you got to wait for some stuff. You got to wait till you get home, or you got to wait till this. So I'm good with that. Now I don't need every album that I love. I don't need to have it at my beck and call. If I'm like out about during my day and something hit me and I'm like, oh man, I ain't listened to that album in a minute. When I get home, I'm about to throw that on. I can wait till I get home. I don't need to be like, oh, let me just scroll through and find it and listen to it right now.
That's what's wrong with these people now. They too impatient. Got to have everything right now. They don't know how to plan. They don't know how to save. They don't know how to be disciplined. That's where it happens. Learn something. Learn some patience.
Yeah.
You're not in that sense of entitlement. Oh, I'm entitled to have everything right now. No, you're not.
Yeah. But that's the thing. If you grew up in this era where you can't really be mad at them because they don't know anything different. I think about this all the time. Like, it's crazy. Like, imagine like a person in their 20s right now, that the internet has always existed. Like, they can't fathom a life before the internet.
Right.
And if you think about it, like, yeah, back in the day when we didn't have the internet, you couldn't just, have everything like, oh, what movie was that? Let me Google it. You had to, oh man, does anybody remember the name of that movie? You sat around and y'all was trying to I couldn't imagine being a young person right now trying to comprehend a world without the internet.
Exactly.
So, like, we can't really blame a lot on young people, because if you were born into a world where everything is right there, and then an old person who knows what it's like to not have everything right there was like, well, what you need to do, what? It'd be like somebody like one of your great grandma or something like that. Like, nah, what you need to do is go out in the yard and pump that well up so you can get some water for you. What? No, what are you talking about, Meemaw? Like, you just get water. Like, I don't know nothing about buckets and you know what I'm saying. So it's like it's hard to fathom what things are like before you had the modern conveniences. Like,
Okay, so Marcus puts his
iPod.
My iPod broke years ago. I didn't replace it. Got rid of that. And then let me see. Somebody else said something. I think it was Marcus. He said, oh, I'll tell you though, I'm usually linked up to XM satellite radio, and I am on the R&B channels, and that is how I hear new music. Great channels. That's great if you want to pay for it. But damn it, I'm already mad about paying for TV. I'd be damned if I pay for radio waves. I'm not doing it. I'm not paying to listen to no music. That's why I don't have it now. Do not have it. I don't have XM. I never will get it. Nope.
Yeah, I don't think I've listened to it. Like, you get rental cars or stuff like that, or like if you get a new car and they give you a little car, and it's great. Like, if I had it, I would use it. But yeah, it's not something I need to pay.
No. The last car that I had XM free for a year.
Yeah,
it was great. It wasn't great. It was okay. I like commercials. People don't understand. I like commercials. They're like, why would you like commercials on the radio station? Because in my city, wherever I live, that's how you find out what's going on in your city too. Because people still advertise on the radio.
Yeah,
they do.
If it wasn't for automobiles, the radio would be dead.
That's probably true.
Yeah,
that's probably true.
Maybe work, because people do, depending on
you. I listen to radio.
Because don't just sit around their house and listen to the radio. But yeah, because like I say, in my car, I mostly listen to the radio. It's like 4 or 5 stations out here in Vegas that I alternate through, and then I always have a CD player on in the car, so that way if I go through all stations and they all either are a commercial or they playing some whack, then I'll listen to a song on a CD, and then I'll go back to the radio. But yeah, so I'm a radio listener too. But the station I listen to, they play all like, either like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s music. I got one station that plays like all 90s and 2000s, but it's like all genres. So you might hear some Boyz II Men and then like some Smash Mouth and then like some Christina Aguilera and then some Jay's, so it's everything. But
right.
Yeah. But yeah,
so that's what I do. That's what I do. I'm not paying for it though. I'm not paying to listen to the radio. So Marcus said, do you remember when we used to print out maps? It's just technological advances. Now you use GPS. Okay. I get that, Marcus. I don't think what Fred and I are saying is that we're against technological advances. That's not what we're saying. It's just a matter of preference and what we like and the way that we like to get stuff. And everything that's new is not necessarily better. That's my only point. Everybody always want to say it's new is better. No, it's not always better. It seems better at the time when you invent it. But then as time goes on, the problems come with it. And that's what has happened with the music industry. Because at first it was great. When that, was it Monster or whatever it was, came out, everybody was loving download music. Free, right? But then when the artists started complaining they weren't getting money for their music, that's when all bets were off. Everything changed. LimeWire. That's it.
Napster.
LimeWire. And I love LimeWire. I had it.
Napster. Napster was the first one. And then was it Metallica that took down Napster? And then everybody else came through and got
Napster and LimeWire.
LimeWire would give your computer AIDS because don't act like you ain't ruined the computer. Your music and you done got put all kind of viruses on it. Yeah. But and even that, like the struggle, like kids don't know the struggle. Like you go on there, you set like 5 or 6 sounds to download, 7 hours. All right, I guess I'll go to work and come back to some music, and then you come back to some music, and it'll be some different stuff. Like this ain't 112. What is this?
Right.
But okay, so I got the laptop that I had back in like 2009, 2010 when I was on the road was the last computer that I download a lot of music to, and I keep it because it's like a time capsule. And I got so many fire remixes where, like, you just type in the name of the song, but you have to mercy of whoever what it actually is, right? It's just like streaming movies now. You click on a link and it'd be a different movie. But sometimes you find some jewels like, yo, I didn't even know the song existed, but it's hot. But yeah, but even that, like that was technology, but that was still, it was better than what we had before that. But for young people, like you took like a 15-year-old right now, like, all right, download some music off of LimeWire. They feel like they're using a damn Abacus or something like that. Like, what is this?
Not the Abacus.
Because, like now it's just like, no, you just go to a whatchamacallit, click on it. You can click on the song, preview it. Okay, that's the right song. Cool. Now I download it, download instantly. But back then it's like, you might download a song 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. And then you have to burn the CD. And if you go into a junior high school right now and be like, burn the CD, they don't understand a single word that you just said. Nope. What is burning? What is the CD?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What is this? Yeah, but
they know what a flash drive is still.
But real quick,
I'm surprised that they still use them.
At the MapQuest days where y'all was printing out maps, because I was still around Clovis, and you don't need nobody's map to go around Clovis. So I'm aware of what you're talking about.
Oh look, I was a master of printing out MapQuest. I had a folder full of MapQuest that I kept, and for my business, it helped me keep track of my mileage. I would just put it in there, and whatever that mileage was, that's what I put on my taxes. That's what I did.
That's good.
I was living in Tahoe in the MapQuest days, and Tahoe ain't but that big, so it's like.
So being the fact that we are talking about some old school stuff, today's show
is supposed to be
about dating pool got pee in it. All right, that's what they saying. The dating pool got pee in it.
Disclaimer: I didn't pick this title. I don't like use the word pee, but
urine.
He picked the title. That's on him. Y'all see him. Complaints.
Urine.
But go ahead, continue.
Yes, Fred. In this dating pool. Yes, have you been in this dating pool? Let me just get that out the way for you.
I mean, I guess technically, since I'm single by default, I've been in the dating pool. I wouldn't say that I'm actively in it, but I'm at the pool. I got trunks on. I'm prepared to jump in if I need to, but I wouldn't say I'm actively in it. I got, I'm on the edge with my feet in it. But yeah, I guess it's. Again, old guy here. The dynamic is just so different now. Like this whole like, first of all, our society and this like everything just digital, like no like actual like in-person contact. People don't want to talk on the phone, like meeting up with people, everything just, oh, here's my Instagram, or we can text. Like, I'm not with all, nah. Like if I meet a woman, I'm like, yo, can I get your number? She's like, oh, I hate talking on the phone. We don't even need to go no further. Because here's my thing. I'm funny, right? Like they say lead with your best foot. That's my best foot. Sometimes that's my only damn foot, right? So I'm gonna need to be able to talk to you, actually speak to you, and see if I can make you laugh. I can't make you laugh via text unless we know each other and you already know my personality. Then you be like, okay, cool, I can see his humor come through. But to just jump off with text, that's not my best foot. So it ain't gonna work out for me.
I agree with you on that. All this texting and stuff. I know you lose all the human connection when you texting.
So y'all think FaceTime is better?
Oh, absolutely. If we can't see, like if we're not in a situation where we can actually meet up in person, right? It's like, okay, in person, then like video, FaceTime, whatever like that, then phone, then texting. Like it's a hierarchy of communication. Okay, I like that. There's a time and place for all of them. Like during the day, you at work, I'm at work, we can, we texting back and forth. Okay, cool. But at the end of the day, if I'm sitting around doing nothing, you sitting around doing nothing, what are we texting for? Pick up a phone or get on video chat. If you're not in a situation where you could actually like go and meet up somewhere. But this generation where everybody need therapy, like, oh, I can't talk to people. You can't speak to people of your own species. I'm not asking you to go out to the woods like some Jane Goodall and communicate with gorillas. Like communicate with your own species. Y'all speak
we got the one today.
Oh my God. What's so bad about this is I know who Jane Goodall is. There's a whole bunch of folks out there don't even know who he's talking about. I know who he's talking about.
When I said it, that's why I figured I have to add the gorillas. So I was like, I don't know if everybody gonna get the Jane. If I just say Jane Goodall, I don't think everybody gonna get it. So I
get it.
Yeah,
that's because we here, Fred. We Gen Xers. I'm telling you.
So many people like, oh my God, I can't talk on the phone. Oh my God, I'll have a panic attack. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need you to go to therapy. Because if you can't speak to your own species, there's a problem. Now, I'm not saying like I don't know what happened to you. I'm not saying it's your fault, but you might want to get that fixed because that's a problem.
Fred, some people's phone conversation is terrible, but they face-to-face conversation is better.
Okay, fine. That's fine too. But for
I know you wonder, like, how was your phone conversation? Some people face-to-face are better talkers than they are on the phone.
So
I'll give you that.
Yeah, so I used to just go meet up with the girl.
That's exactly. That's great.
That's what I used to
just don't do this texting crap. No.
Well, listen, hold on. Now, let me tell you a story. I did have a girl that stuttered, and I didn't know because I was wondering why she kept texting with me. And she said, I text a lot because I stutter.
That's different.
But Sharon, I didn't know. So I thought she had a stutter like, it's like that. No, her stutter was a pause. So I used to think when I was talking to her on the phone that my phone died or something. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, the hell happened? Then that's when she finally told me that she had a stutter. So she'll pause, stop, then she'll start talking again. It's a flip phone days. Then flip phone. Man, there was no FaceTiming. If somebody sent you a picture, it took like 6 hours to get there, picture mail.
Just an exception, Dennis.
That's an exception. I'm just letting you know, I would rather go meet up with them because their phone conversation wasn't that good, but being around them, I had a good time.
The thing that I don't understand about this whole era with people when they mindset is like, if you talking to somebody and you trying to, get to know and be there, like, eventually y'all gonna have to meet, right? Like, eventually y'all gonna have to be around it. Like, are you planning on having this whole relationship just being virtual? Like, you never planning on meeting up with people and being around this person? Like, okay, baby girl, you talking about with the stutter. Like, eventually you might want to let me know because eventually we gonna be in the same spot, standing next to each other, sitting next to each other. Like, in real time, I'm not gonna think there's a glitch in the matrix every time you pause. Like, you just like with all this stuff, with all these people, with all these filters and stuff like that. Like, eventually you're gonna have to meet people. Like, I don't know why everybody with all this fake stuff and putting all this stuff up there. Like, are you never trying to meet anybody in person? Like, what are we doing?
And they're not and nowadays the people that you meet online usually ain't the same.
Right.
No, that's their representative.
Yeah. There you go.
That's their representative. They send the representative, and the representative stays around longer than it used to be, because it used to be you didn't have nothing to hide behind.
No.
Exactly.
So the representative couldn't stay as long.
No.
But now, because of this, it can stay longer.
And then people like Marcus just put catfishing is real. I'm like, how are you still getting catfish in this day and age? Because I'm sorry, if I meet a woman, however, let's say I become acquainted with the woman on the internet, right? However, we come across each other, you know, I slide to the DMs, whatever, we start talking, things like that. A bit like, look, we gonna have to pay, like, okay, if we live in the same town, okay, let's meet. If not, we don't live in the same place, okay, let's video chat, something like that. Eventually, I'm gonna need to see you in, like, not just pictures. I'm gonna need to see you in something.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, this is really who I'm talking to. This is really who you look like. And then people don't realize, like, your face in pictures is different than your face in real life. Like, I was dating a girl back in the early 2000s, and she was like, yeah, people tell me I look like Alyssa Milano. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, no, you don't. Like, she was cute, but she didn't look like Alyssa Milano. And then Charm came out, and so now I'm seeing Alyssa Milano, and I'm like, okay, I see it now. Because it's not your face, but like your manner.
I get you.
Like, unless you're in person, you don't really know what they look like.
Right.
And you don't understand how people are sitting around with all this technology we have, and you ain't seen this person and you getting catfish. Like, how have you not? Like, because and that's the thing. Like, if we live in the same town and you're not trying to meet up, that's a red flag. If we don't live in the same town, but you're not trying to meet up, that's a red flag. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you're trying to hide something from me.
Yeah, right. It's a huge red flag.
That's my first thought. If you're not trying to see me, what are you trying to hide?
Fred, I had that problem, Fred. I had that exact problem. I had a girl. It's crazy. I used to have girls in the tri-state. I see them all the time. I had a girl that lived, I want to say, a 1 mile radius away from me.
Right.
She always had an excuse on why we couldn't see each other.
Mm-hmm.
After about 3 weeks, I said, no, I'm good. I ain't messing with her.
Yeah. Because you trying to hide.
I got girls coming from 25, 50 miles to come see me. I'm going 25, 50 miles to go see them. You live in a 1 mile, I could walk to your house.
Right.
You telling me, or you could walk to my house. You telling me you can't, there's always something that you can't see me? No.
Yeah, she was
always.
Yeah. Well, come to find out, she still live with her baby daddy. So.
Oh, that was it.
Exactly. It's a reason. There's a reason why you are not trying to see me. Especially if you talking about you into me. We talking and we supposed to be getting to know each other. And you, I like you. You good dude. Okay, cool. Let's meet up. Oh, no. And you can't. Okay. Because what are we going to do? We just going to do this for the whole rest of our lives? We like our whole relationship is just going to be words and lotion?
Words.
He said words and lotion.
Yeah.
It's here, y'all.
You like, let's keep it real. We grown. Like, look, at certain point, you meet somebody, you gonna want to get down with the get down. How we gonna get down with the get down over text?
Like, she's gonna send you a what you call them?
Right, and then it's gonna be words and lotion. So
she's gonna send you a PP, and then they be sitting there saying, "Oh, that guy ain't work out for me. This dating pool must got pee in it." First of all, stop swimming with your mouth open. All right, stop swimming with your mouth open. Plain and simple. You know, you at the pool. There's a swim up bar there. You know, everybody at that swim up bar ain't going to the bathroom to pee. Okay, now let's be real. They sitting at that swim up bar. They drinking. They pee right there.
Right.
You know,
the water warm. Who gonna know?
I ain't never getting into a public pool again ever. Now after that,
swim up bar be off the hook. Bartender be sitting there making them drinks. Oh, man, please.
No swim up bar for me. Nope.
They peeing. Yeah, listen.
That takes care of that. Nope.
I'm just like, they peeing in there.
Look, I'm gonna say this. I've been to regular bars.
A lot of people gonna lie and say, "No, I get up and go to the bathroom when I'm at." You lying? You pee right there in that pool. Stop.
Because I've been to regular bars and clubs with somebody that had too many and peed on themselves in a regular bar club. So they're gonna do it at a swim up bar.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen
that. I'm like, if you're gonna pee on yourself in a regular bar, you definitely gonna pee on yourself at a swim up bar.
That's all right. You gonna piss right on yourself. It's all right. But you know this though. You know this going into the dating pool. Stop acting like you don't know this.
Well, let me say something. Well, let me ask you a question, Fred. So I get this question all the time about, the question about men and women dating, first date, who paying, all of that. When do you ever expect the woman to pay in a new date? I mean, is there like a time limit? Is there an automatic number of dates, or does it just happen organically? What's your opinion on that?
I mean, I'm old school. Okay, first of all, I believe whoever the inviter should be the one paying. So if I ask you out, I'm going in with the assumption that I'm paying. If you ask me out, then you should be the one to volunteer to pay. But in general, like say, I'm gonna pay for the date. I feel like once we've gone on a couple dates, like okay, we go out on the first date, everything goes well, obviously, because there's a second date. I feel like on that third day, you should at least be like, okay, like when the check comes, you should at least be reaching, like at that point, you shouldn't be on the assumption that I'm still paying, right? Like you should be reaching. I'll be like, no, baby, I got it. Okay, cool. But like, I feel like once y'all are dating, it's because like, okay, we went on a date, we went on another date. Now we're dating. We should be on some mutual stuff. Like say, I might still take care of it, but you should be like, no, you got the last one, I got this one, especially in this day and age now, because everybody works. It's not like the 50s where men were the only ones bringing in income. Like now, like everybody works. So yeah, once we start dating, it should be kind of like we should be on some mutual type stuff. That's just me though.
But what does mutual type stuff look like though for you? Because it looks different for everybody.
Well, when I mean mutual type stuff, as far as like paying, to where like okay, we go out to eat, the check come, you should be like volunteer. Okay, I'll get this one because you got the last one, or I'll get mine. But like we 3, 4, 5 dates in, you shouldn't just be sitting there expecting me to just be covering everything, because now this is mutual. Like I say, if I ask you out, I'm pursuing you, right? I ask you out, I invited you out, I got that, right? First date, cool. I did well enough on the first date to earn the second date, cool. But after that, I feel like if by the time we get to the third date, you should be kind of feeling me too. Like obviously I'm feeling you, you should be feeling me mutually. So now this is a mutual experience. When we start doing things that cost money, it should be mutually like, okay, cool, we're gonna go here, I got it. Like, okay, we go to the movies. Okay, cool, I got the movies, you got the snacks type thing. That type of mutual stuff.
Right, yeah. And now that right there, that's what my mom told me. My mom said that. She said, you go on a couple dates with a girl and she can't get you nothing. Like y'all go to the movies, she can't buy no popcorn, no juice, nothing.
Right.
Then leave her where she at.
Exactly. Because then it's like, okay, are you in this for me, or are you just
couple dates?
So what if y'all been on 10? Let's say it's been 10 dates and she has never done that.
No, we ain't going on 10.
We probably ain't getting the 10.
It ain't getting the 10. Once 4.
Because I feel like this. If we go on 10 straight dates and I'm paying for everything on 10 straight dates, I'm like, yo, are you even feeling me, or are you just using me like as a sponsor? Like, am I just
okay? That's a good point. But do you
ask
her,
like 10? You ain't dropping no kind of money?
Do you have the conversation?
10 dates? You ain't bought the drinks or nothing. Like, I done paid for us to get in. You can't buy the drinks. I done paid for us to get in. You can't buy the popcorn.
Fred.
You ain't paying for nothing. Nah.
But Fred, do you have the conversation with her, or do you just cut her off?
No, I had a conversation.
Do you ask her the things that you just said? Do you have that conversation with her, or do you just assume she ain't feeling you and you just ghost her? What do you
honestly do? I've never gotten that far. Like I've never had.
I got it. This is all hypothetical.
Hypothetical. I mean, if everything else is going well except for that, then I might, because it could be something. Maybe she's struggling financially more than she letting on. Maybe on the surface level, it seems like she's doing all right, but really she just barely keeping her head above water and she just ain't got it. Which if that's the case, we've been there. Like that's
some very very inexpensive dates. Walk in the park, Netflix.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because if that's the case, let's say we are in that situation.
Hold on. So in my example, I said 10th date. I didn't specify what kind of dates they were.
You sure did?
I just was saying 10th date. True. So maybe out of those 10s, maybe she has come up with the Netflix and chill, or you come over my house and I'll make you dinner and we Netflix and chill, or we go to the park and we walk in the park, or we have a picnic in the park, or something like that.
If we did those two things, then I don't consider her not to be putting in on nothing.
Right.
She did those two
Well,
things.
see, that's what my sister says. Shout out to Sheila, my sister Sheila. She says, shouldn't a conversation happen in each instance? I think a conversation is warranted. Even if you're not feeling the person, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not feeling this. I'm not a ghoster. I believe, you know me, Dennis. I believe in communicating.
Yes,
I believe in telling people exactly where they stand with me. And if we've been on 4 or 5 dates and I'm like, I'm not feeling you, I'm not going to just look at the phone and see it's you and forward the call to voicemail.
Or put next to your name DNA.
Yeah, don't answer. I'm not doing that. I'm going to tell you this ain't working, or I met somebody else, or this just ain't working. Whatever it is, I'm going to tell you. Nice knowing you. Maybe I'll see you around. We can be cool, but that's it.
Yeah.
And I believe that that's respectful.
I think it is respectful.
I believe it's disrespectful when you don't tell people, look, this date number 5. You don't even make a move to your purse. You never even say anything. But see, here's another point that I always tell Dennis and Jay and all these people from Stay Tuned. Shout out to Stay Tuned.
Stay tuned in the house.
Women still only make 80% of what men do. So I don't give a damn if we're working too. We make 80%.
Oh, I'm not.
And until we make equal, y'all paying for me. I'm sorry.
I'm with that. But
y'all paying for me.
If
I'm on date 5 and I ain't reached for my purse, and he says to me, "Well, we ain't doing," then you ain't for me.
But out of them 5 dates, if you did the picnic or the Netflix and chill, and I came over, you cook, then I don't have a problem.
I know that, but what if I didn't?
No, then we got a problem.
Then we got a problem. It's not a problem to me.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I probably make 80% of what you make.
Right. So we don't need to keep. Matter of fact,
I probably make 80% of what you make. Probably if we had the same job or whatever.
Okay. So, let me hit you with this. So let's say, like, okay, we'd have been on 4 or 5 dates, things like that, and you ain't never reached in your person on one time, and then we have a conversation, and you say what you just said, which is okay, cool. You made 80%. Then here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scale back. Now, if you're like
I knew it was coming.
On next dates, I'm gonna scale back, and we're gonna start doing things that really don't cost money, and I'm gonna see if you
But you know what, Fred?
if I'm gonna be paying for everything.
What? I appreciate that. I actually like that.
Yeah,
and I would appreciate that. I sure.
Now I realize if I'm gonna be doing the financial supporting of this blossoming relationship, because let's keep it. I ain't got it like that. I like they say it ain't tricky if you got it. Well, I ain't got it, so it is tricky.
So this is tricky.
If that's the case, then I'm gonna scale back and we're gonna start doing like, all right, cool. We just gonna kick it at the crib. We're gonna go to a picnic. We're gonna start doing things where I ain't spending a lot of money.
Right.
And if you're okay with that, like if our relationship is still going, all right, cool. But if it gets to the point where you're like, oh, you're not taking me out nowhere. Oh, okay. Now I can see like, yeah, you looking for a dude that's going. I ain't that guy. I'm not.
You see, I would actually
take some time. Hope you find what you're looking for, but this ain't because see the way my I got a check-in in the savings. Yeah.
But see, I would actually be fine with that, and I've had that in my experience because I was telling Dennis. I know I've said this to Dennis before. Everybody that I've dated, pretty much, except for one person, I made more money than them. Yes, I know I just said the 80% thing, but we had different jobs. It wasn't like we were in the same type of industry or even they weren't even on the same educational level as me. Okay. That's how it was. And so that leads me to my next question, Dennis and Fred. How do you feel about dating women who make more money than you or have more education than you? Is it an intimidation thing for you all, or are you comfortable with that?
I'm comfortable. I'm actually looking to learn.
I'm comfortable because first of all, the education thing is like, all right, more education. That's very because like, all right, you are very well educated in this field. That doesn't mean that you are more intelligent than I am or that I'm inferior to you. Is you know more about this. So hey, the more educated you are, baby girl, go do your thing. You want to go get more education, go do your thing. As far as making more money, as long as we're not in a situation where I feel like that's being held over me, I'm cool with it. Like, you make more money, you okay spending some of that on me? Well, where we going? Like, hey, I'm looking for it. Let me find a little Whitfield.
We flying over the Pacific to be specific.
Like, yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. Like, say, hey, you make more.
I ain't got no problem with it either. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not really about what's made and who makes the most money. It's about how comfortable you are with the person. Because if y'all both broke, which I see them have the best relationship, y'all both broke and y'all build and grow together, y'all could build an empire.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And I see a lot of people who make more money date people on a lower scale. I see that a lot.
Me, I did.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
And it was just a matter of the person. I fell for the person. I fell for the person. I didn't care what they made. Yeah. I really didn't.
I don't think yours was on a control situation though.
No, it wasn't.
But it's some men and women that they're on a control situation. Like, oh, well, if I make more than them, then I could get them to do things that that I want and all that. More of a control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I will tell you what I did find out from those two guys. It was only two of them, really, that I had real serious relationships with.
Okay.
Like, serious.
Right.
What I did learn from those two guys, though, is that even though I made more money than them, they still wouldn't let me pay. Mm. They wouldn't let me pay. Mm. Even if I tried to pay, they worked hard to take me out.
That's good.
And that made me feel a certain way. It really did. It made me feel a certain way. I hate to admit it, but it's true. And we still attach money to a lot of things that maybe we shouldn't.
We shouldn't.
But it does. It makes a difference.
It does.
I know a woman, her boyfriend never has given her flowers. Flowers.
Yeah.
He's never given you flowers. I'm like, why are you with him? You got to give me flowers at least one time. I've been with you 3 years and you haven't given me no flowers.
You know what it is? A lot of guys.
Women need flowers, y'all.
But a lot of guys don't know how to go shopping for flowers. And I know you're saying.
Then you got females in your life. You can ask somebody. Shut up. See, I keep telling you about the women that you around.
Honestly, I had to learn to go to florists. I had to learn that if you go to a florist, they're gonna charge you more money for a bouquet of flowers than if you go to like a supermarket or Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's got some good flowers.
Whatever.
I'm just letting you know on the difference.
And let me say this too. I don't care if you buy flowers from the dude by the freeway. Give me some flowers sometime.
And then you got girls that get mad if you bring them up.
I know, but I don't because I knew his struggle.
Right, but
dude was making okay money, but he thought enough to stop and get me.
So get you some roses.
I love that.
I seen the
it's
girl.
The thought.
I seen the girl get mad at a guy as he bought her roses. Like she told him, I don't like roses. She never told him that. I said, if you never told him that you don't like roses, how could you get mad that he bought you roses?
Right.
What you're supposed to do is educate him. Babe, these roses are beautiful and put them up. But my favorite flowers is lilies of the valley. Okay, or I want such and such.
Tulips.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what I want.
Hold up. You see how she just said that real slick? Like a PSA, anybody that might be listening for the future.
That's thank you, Fred. Thank you.
You see how she just did that?
That's my favorite flowers.
Tulips. You ain't slick. I saw that. You ain't slick.
We here, man. We here. Tulips.
You ain't slick.
My favorite.
Donovan, what up, Donovan? Thank you for the stars, man.
What's up, Don?
He's big. Okay.
I tell you, tulips are my favorite. But I'm not gonna get mad because somebody gives me roses.
That girl got mad, Shannon. That girl got mad. But I gotta read this letter. Hold on, I think I read this letter.
He got a letter.
We got a letter. I gotta read the letter. All right, dear Side Jawn, I've been with my partner for 12 years, and I'm an avid basketball and football fan and watch it regularly. She has never been a fan. Well, recently she has suddenly developed an interest in sports, but she hasn't watched the sports with me or even discussed it with me. Now, keep in mind, she will discuss game shows, reality shows, drag race type shows, all of which I have no interest in on the regular. I asked her one day what brought about her sudden new interest in sports, and her response was, "A friend, why?" I said, because you were never interested in all these years. And on top of that, you don't even mention it when you talk about everything else. And to add, you started watching it alone. Then she didn't say anything else. There are other things which I will share separately, but my question is, am I wrong for feeling this, or feeling something is up? Fred.
Oh no, you should definitely feel something up. That's a little suspect. You should definitely feel something is up. Like she ain't never cared about sports. Then all of a sudden she care about sports, but she don't be talking about sports with you. But she talk about everything else with you. So it's not like a situation where she's like, okay, you know what, my man likes sports. Let me find somebody to kind of teach me about sports. Then I can pop up and surprise him that I know about sports. Okay, that would be awesome. But she don't talk about it with you. Yeah, nah, that friend, he teaches her about a lot of things. Like, hey, y'all saw the Tom Brady roast?
Yeah, that was my thought. What else? What else he teaching you? What else he teaching you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She going to summer school after school. She going to school. She trying to graduate.
He's teaching her a lot of extracurricular activities. That's what he's teaching her. And for her to find an interest in sports, and I've been with her 12 years, no.
Right. And all of a sudden she likes sports.
And you know I like sports, so you could have just started going with me and no.
Right.
Sean said she cheating.
She cheating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She got a jiu-jitsu instructor.
What's up, Jay Will? Jay Will up in here. What's up, Jay?
She cheating with her mouth open.
Oh. See, Fred, he's just nasty. That's all.
Cheating with her mouth open.
He just nasty.
And then come home and kiss him in the mouth.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Call him kissing.
You got another letter?
I got another situation. I don't know if you call this a letter, but as we know about the Chris Brown situation, Chris Brown has been shaking up households because people have been paying $1,111 to go take extracurricular purchase and backstage passes with Chris Brown. So, woman says her boyfriend broke up with her after the meet and greet pictures with Chris Brown went viral. My boyfriend broke up with me because I allowed Chris Brown to hold my waist during the meet and greet. After the picture went viral, my boyfriend immediately broke up with me. He told me Chris Brown was too close to me and I shouldn't have allowed him to hold me like that. But I don't care. I will trade my boyfriend for a meet and greet with Chris Brown 100 more times. Now, let me give y'all some preface on this. When they pay that $1,111, Chris Brown asked them, how you want to take the picture?
I've seen it. Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that y'all know that now.
He does. He has.
I saw the picture.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the same one we talked about, I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
My man need to send a thank you letter to Chris Brown because y'all relationship wasn't gonna make it anyway. No, for real. Like from what you said that letter, y'all had it was just a matter of time. It just cost you $1,100 for y'all to do what y'all probably already should have had done. Because she talking about I'll trade my relationship for a picture with Chris Brown. Now, I get it. We all got celebrity crushes. And sometimes it seems like women, at least what they say about their celebrity crushes, be a little bit too far. Because y'all be like, oh, that's my husband. That's my baby daddy, whatever, right? I get that. Chris Brown been in the game for like 20-something years, but you going to trade your whole ass relationship to take a picture with a dude that you meet one time? Not, I'll trade my boyfriend for Chris Brown, but I'll trade my relationship for a meet and greet?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all was gonna break up anyway. It's a damn shame that she spent $1,100 to accelerate the process. Y'all could have just realized that y'all both weird and got some other stuff going on and just called it quits. And hopefully that was her $1,100 and it wasn't his. But if he paid for it, you need to go see Judge Judy and get your $1,100 back. I was gonna break up anyway. Hopefully y'all ain't have no kids. Because if you do, I guarantee y'all gonna have some messy baby mama, baby daddy drama that y'all gonna drag the kids into. So hopefully y'all ain't got no children. But yeah, y'all was gonna break up anyway.
What you got on there, Jack?
Well, this is the way I feel about it. I don't think she was serious about her man anyway, because like Fred was saying, he literally asked them, "How do you want to take the picture?" Mm. And if they want him to put his hand on their ass or around their waist, they do it. And that's how the picture is taken. So that knowing that information, she was wrong because that's disrespectful to her man. I don't care if it's a celebrity crush or not. That being said, I also have something to say to him, though. By this time, y'all been together 12 years. You know your woman. You know her. This, I believe this is not the first time it's happened. Because I don't believe after 12 years, he would have just up and left her.
Exactly. It's some other
after doing that the first time. I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
So he knew her, knew how she was, but he stayed with her all this time anyway and put up with it. Now here's the straw to breaking the camel's back.
Exactly.
Now that it's Chris Brown and it went viral and everybody can see in my face that she's doing this. Oh, I gotta save my manhood. I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah,
that's a lot. I mean, it's a lot to read into that, but that's where
exactly. Because that ain't something we gonna end the relationship thing over. That's something I'm mad at you. We gonna have a fight about. But if that's the first thing, you ain't gonna break up with her over that. Like I said, like you said, that's the okay. You know what? Nah, it's the last time. It's too much.
That's
now.
it. Right. And so that's where I agree with you. I agree with you that it saved him further heartache. They didn't belong together. That was just a symptom of the real problem. Whatever that incompatibility was, that was just a symptom that brought that to light. So both of them are better off splitting up anyway. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But for me, I don't care how much of a celebrity crush I have. If I'm in a relationship, I would never allow him to be up on me in certain ways. The last point I'm going to make, though, seeing that we don't have the benefit of an actual picture of the picture, she just said he put his hand around my waist.
Like a prom picture.
Well, they do that. That's how pictures are taken. I've taken many pictures with people with their hand around my waist. There's nothing going on between us. Right. It's just how men and women do. I've taken with my hand around them.
I don't know if
he could have been overreacting, but then again, I say there had to be some previous issues after 12 years for you to get mad at a waist holding.
Hold up. Wait. If this is the same story, because the picture I saw, he is holding her up and she got her legs around him. Like,
that's a different one. That's a different one.
So that's the same thing. Like, first of all, you lying. Because you're not lying, but you only telling part of it. Because yes, his hands are on your waist. But you ain't say where your hands were and where your thighs was at. So number one, number two, because if my woman said, I took a picture with Chris Brown and he had his hands around my waist, I'm not tripping. That's Chris Brown. Like, I get it. Like, Chris Brown, I get it. If you tell me that, cool.
Yeah.
If I see that picture, I'll be like, whoa. That ain't what you said. Yes, no. Because you told me that he had his hands around your waist, but you ain't say nothing about you having your thighs wrapped around his waist. Why you leave that part out?
Yeah, that was a different one. That was a different one.
That's on just on.
There's been a lot of them going around, Fred.
But anyway, yeah, like I say, their relationship was doomed. And like the sheriff's point, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because you ain't just gonna break up with your girl because she took a picture with Chris Brown that you ain't like. Because again, you like, it's Chris Brown. She probably got a little excited, lost herself, whatever. I'm not okay with it, but we can work through it because we've been together. But like you say, she done done some other stuff and she probably cheated before, whatever. And yeah, he like, now you got me out in public looking stupid. Can't do it.
All right. I got two more videos. This is one of them. Let's see this one.
Have you guys heard the story about the 5-year-old little girl that the husband was convinced that wasn't really his biological child because she looked nothing like them, because him and his wife had blue eyes or whatever? Anyway, the little girl's 5 years old. The husband is like, I want a DNA test. The DNA test comes back. It's not his kid. He's like, I knew it. I knew you cheated on me. The mom is like, no, I'm telling you, I've never cheated on you. This is your child. Like, this is our baby. So the mom takes a DNA test. It's not even her baby either. You want to know why? Because the child was switched at birth. The child was switched at birth in the hospital. Oh my God, it gets worse. It gets so much worse. They do an investigation. They find out that their birth child is in foster care because the little crackheads that took her home had been in trouble with the law and she'd been in foster care. Can you imagine? The husband was going to divorce the wife. He literally up and filed for divorce because he was like, this child is not ours. This child is not mine. This is not my child. And that poor baby, their real baby, was off in foster care. because the baby was pushed at birth. I can, oh my God, the panic just listening to the story that went into my heart. I couldn't imagine. Don't leave. Listen, send your husband, send your mother-in-law, send your sister-in-law. Do not let your baby out of your sight in the hospital. And where I'm from, and we have lived in a small town, our labor and delivery area is tiny. There's probably like, I think where I delivered my 2 older boys, I think there's maybe like 6 labor and delivery rooms. I'm not joking. And then where I gave birth to my 3rd son at the Claremore Indian Hospital, that's tiny. And they do kangaroo care, and the baby really never leaves your room in that hospital. But anyway, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I am shook.
I can't imagine that.
Wow. I would have, I ain't gonna lie to you, I would have left her.
Switched at birth?
At birth. And that baby 5 years old.
Oh my God. It's been 5 years?
It's been 5 years. That baby 5 years old and now in the system. Because they left them with the crack parents.
So what can the real parents do? Can they go after that child that's in foster care?
I think so.
Well, what are they gonna do with the child that they had that's not there?
They're gonna give it to the foster care people.
But they've been in a relationship with that child for 5 years. 5 years. You can't just give that child to that lady.
So now you're supposed to take on 2 kids?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Yes, you're not gonna give that child back to the crackhead mama.
No, you give it to the foster parents.
No.
So the foster parents supposed to lose out? They ain't supposed to get no kids?
No, they probably not good foster parents anyway.
Here we go.
You know how I feel about the foster care system.
If this was a perfect system,
crooked, cruel foster parents out here, Dennis. We can't assume that those foster parents are great foster parents.
Well, my aunt, shout out to my aunt.
Well, shout out to her. I know foster parents that are great,
yeah.
But there's a whole lot of raggedy ones out here abusing these kids.
Yes, it is.
For a check.
For a check. Yes, it is. And they get a big check too.
Yes.
But so Shane, you telling me that's our kid? We gotta take both kids in?
No, it's not gotta. We're going to.
Oh, my fault.
It's not a gotta. Like that's a problem. These are children. It's not a purse or a car. These are children. I have been taking care and raising this child as if it's mine. I love this child. I find out that this is not my biological, but I have a bond with this child. Then I find out that my real one is in foster care, and I can go get that child too. I'm not gonna give this one away.
Well, the foster system ain't just gonna let you keep both kids.
You gotta fight.
Yeah, you gotta fight.
I understand that, but that's what I would do.
Okay.
5 years. 5 years.
I've seen.
So in a perfect scenario, like if this was like a ABC family movie, in a perfect scenario, you go and you get custody of your biological daughter or biological child, and you keep both children happily ever after, right off into the sunset. Because the other parents of the child that you have that's not yours, she said they crackheads. Let's assume that they're literally crackheads. Whatever, they're not fit to be parents because the other child is in foster care. So whatever's wrong with them is wrong with them. So you go and you get your actual child and you keep them both in a perfect world. Now, in a perfect world, y'all might not have the means to keep both kids. Here's the problem. And I've said this before, and I know it's not a popular opinion, but like with this whole new era where we're talking about like, men and women and the dynamic and fatherhood and motherhood, as great of a father as you are, and there are some men out there who are incredible fathers, you will never have the same attachment to a child that a mother has. Because think about this. I don't care if you literally pull the child out. As a man, at some point, you are introduced to your child, right? As a woman, you are connected to that child from the moment that egg is fertilized. That it's in your body, it's growing. I just saw something recently. They were talking about like the cells of your child stay in your body, whatever. So as a woman, you are biologically connected to that child since the inception, right? So that maternal bond is always going to be stronger than the paternal bond. It just has to be. Because like go back to like the 50s, right? When men were just in the waiting room and the nurse comes out, oh, congratulations, Mr. Johnson, you're a father. And they take him into the nursery. That one right there, that's your baby. Okay, great. So as a man, before that, the only thing you had was the idea of fatherhood, but you had no attachment to that child. So in this situation, as the man, you could be like, all right, well, we've had this child for 5 years. This is our child. This is the child I've been raising for 5 years, right? Mm-hmm. That other child, which has my DNA, has my blood in it. I don't know that child. I have no connection to this child. This is my child. But as the mother, that child over there is your baby. That's the baby that you grew, that you are biologically attached to. However, this child that's been in your life for 5 years is also your baby because you've raised her for 5 years. So for the mother, it's like, okay, both these children. But for the father can really be like, well, that's unfortunate what's going on over there. But this is the child I've been raising, so we just go ahead and hang on to this one. And now I understand why the child don't look nothing like me, and my bad for accusing you of cheating. But you see why, because, you know, this child is
right.
So it's tough. Like I say, a perfect scenario, they take both children, but in the situation they can't take both children, I don't even know. Because again, that's your biological child, so you can't really abandon that one. But this is also your child because you've been raising it. So I don't know what you do.
It would be hard for me to pick. Like if financially I could not afford to,
right?
I'm sorry, I would have to make it happen somehow.
Yeah,
I could not live with the fact that there is a child out there that I birthed over there, or that this child that I've been raising now is over there, and I don't know what's happening with the child. No relationship, not together. We don't know if they're dead or alive. We don't know if they fell back with the crackhead or not. No, I couldn't make a choice. So I don't care if I had to work 2 or 3 jobs. I'm taking both of them children.
I hear you on that, chocolate girl.
That's sharing.
Melissa just solved the problem. Melissa solved the problem. Melissa solved the problem. You take both children because it's going to be a huge lawsuit. So now you got money to support both children.
Exactly. So they're going to win that lawsuit.
Yeah.
It probably ain't even going to be a lawsuit. It's probably just going to be a settlement. Because
that's what I'm saying.
They got
whoever
made the mix up. How do you even go to court and argue against that?
Right.
And let's say it's a hospital, right? You got plenty of money. You got insurance for that. You just give the family a check, apologize profusely, especially if it was literally just an accident. Nobody did anything, malicious. It was just, oh, damn, we just suck at paperwork. And we, you going to settle, give these people a big check. And then now you go out there. Hopefully, America's a stupid country. Hopefully, you go into the court, explain to the judge the situation, and it's like, all right, cool, child in foster care. There you go, take your child, and then bada boom, bada bing. And then
I got two automatic college funds set up.
Right,
boom, right
and
there.
You just explain to the children, like, all right, look, this is that. Then the hard thing is,
what about when the husband kept telling you, this is not our child? We both got blue eyes.
What about it?
Why we ain't do nothing then? I know he's been saying this since she was at least 2.
Well, I don't know why. I don't know what took him so long to do it.
Right, why they wait till she was 5?
I don't know. Maybe she just got tired of hearing it.
And then my other question is that the only reason for him to think that she was cheating is because the baby didn't look like him, or was there other reasons? Like,
I don't know. I can't go that deep.
That's me. It's a lot to this story that it's one of the things.
He was ready to file for divorce. He already had his papers ready.
Right. Like I said, if that's the only reason why, then I feel like that's an easy fix, because he had a legitimate, he was legit. Like, this child does not look anything like me. This ain't my baby. So logically speaking, you had to have cheated on me with somebody else. And then once you find out that this ain't your baby, however she was feeling about being accused, it's kind of one of the things where neither one of y'all can really feel bad, because you can't be mad at him because he had a legitimate point, and then he can't be mad at her because I was right, but it wasn't her fault either. So I feel like that's one of those where y'all go to dinner, y'all talk about it, y'all both apologize, y'all go home, no lotion, and then you get your
lotion. I like it.
And then you get the, y'all all live happily ever after. And then
you have another baby. Now you got 3 kids.
Right.
It's the last one.
When the baby that is in charge gets old enough to, you have to explain to that child where her real parents are. That's gonna be hard. I don't know. Yeah. Look, it's gonna be some trips to Disneyland. We got to make this up to you, baby, because we left you with these crack people. It wasn't our fault. So yeah. But like Melissa said, you get that lawsuit money, and you got enough money to smooth everything out, and hopefully y'all live happily ever after, the 4 of y'all with one on the way.
Run me my money.
Right.
That's all I say.
Chris Brown running. Chris Brown.
Get out of here.
A man is not responsible to pay your bills during the dating phase. Y'all be letting social media get to y'all head. Y'all over there talking about, so a man can't text me what I'm doing and my rent is $3,000. Why is your rent $3,000? Why did you accumulate all that? Okay, That wasn't his fault when you decided to stay there. Okay? I don't feel like y'all want a man for real. Just say you want to sponsor. Just say you want to be a prostitute. Just say you want to sleep with a man for some money. Just say that. Just say I want to be an escort. Say that, cause real love ain't what I'm getting from this. That's not what I'm giving. That's not what it's giving. Cause it's usually give and take when it comes to relationships. So I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I love my man, and I spoil him just as much as he spoiled me.
Okay.
I'm gonna amend what she said in the first spot. As a man, I'm not responsible for paying your bills in the dating stage or at any point. There is no point I'm responsible for paying your bills, because if you and me become we, then I'm responsible for paying our bills, but I ain't never responsible for paying your bills. Now, if it's a situation where maybe you might be, you have a month where you're a little bit short, whatever like that, I might take it upon myself to help you out. But I don't know what you looking at me like you expecting. No.
There's no obligation.
Expect.
Right.
Expect. Who got you pregnant? Talking about you expecting. No. Expecting. You can expect all you want to.
Dennis.
My bad.
So what's your opinion, Dennis?
I feel as though that girl is right. It's the way social media portrays and say what should and shouldn't happen, and a lot of people sit back and believe it. But sometimes you just want to sit back, you want to ask people, what does love mean to you? I said, all right, what does love mean to you? Oh, he got to pay my bills. Ain't no bills to be paid. All bills paid up. What does love mean to you? He paid all your bills, but now he abusing you. You still love still?
That part.
That it?
That's it. All I preach is happiness. Happiness.
Okay. Well, I guess y'all want to know my opinion, huh?
We've been waiting.
Okay. I believe that she is 100% correct about everything that she said except one word. I don't blame social media for this. I blame their mamas. Because these mamas are out here setting these children out to be that. Telling them, go get that money, girl. You get this boy. If he ain't paying your bills, don't you go out with him unless he paying your. I've seen it. I've seen these women coming in the beauty salon with that girl, and that girl 14 dressing like a hoochie 14? Already, and schooling her in the beauty shop. I've seen this my whole life. I've seen this type of behavior, and these women. Usually they live in a certain place. I ain't gonna say that out loud, but they do. And they set these women, these girls out and raise them that way. Social media is just putting it out there for all to see quickly. But I've seen this forever, organically. And it's wrong. They're teaching these girls to be this way. And to me, that's abuse. That's like child endangerment to me. Just as bad. Just as bad as not feeding them and not educating them. Is you teaching them to be like that. You actually raising a hoe. Yeah. Why would you want to raise a hoe?
And then get mad at them later.
When they end up 15 and pregnant.
Right.
Now they mad.
Now you mad at him. Oh, you fell for that nigga. He ain't even had no money.
How you gonna get pregnant, girl?
You got pregnant by him?
He don't have no money. I'm gonna say this, y'all. This reminds me. Maybe I shouldn't say this.
Say it. We here now.
Say it.
As y'all know, I live in North Carolina, so the Ray Caruth, the Ray Caruth story is upfront and personal to me because I know family members on both sides of it. His family and her, the young lady's family. Where was the mama when she was 15 years old going out with a grown-ass man? She encouraged it. Mm-hmm. Encouraged it, supported it. and then he ended up killing her. Well, she had no business dating him anyway. But as long as she was getting money, the mama was getting money. She pushed it. Then when he had her murdered, now the mama in court all upset. Let me see your tax records, bitch. Let me see them. Because see, that whole situation had me pissed off because I felt like you're complicit. Just like I say about the R. Kelly situation, don't be dropping off your 14-year-old who want to have a music career at a studio and come and 3 weeks later they still there. They ain't been in school. No. They ain't been to the doctor. You ain't fixed no dinner with them. Y'all ain't prayed together. Y'all ain't talked for 3 weeks. Now you want to wonder where they are and get upset and come home? No, bitch, get away from me. As a mother, you know, Fred, you were talking about that bond that women have when they have these children. Mm-hmm. As a mother, ain't no way in hell I'm dropping off my child at any grown man's anything, and I'm not there with them the whole time. Not doing it. I don't care about pie in the sky, money in my stars in my eyes, and future, and I don't care about none of that. Nothing's more important than the safety of my child. Period.
Here's a question, like since you brought up the R. Kelly situation, this is a question that I've always had. Who did R. Kelly put on to where these parents thought it was worth it? Because they acted like R. Kelly was just spitting out starlets all over the place. Who did R. Kelly make? Okay, Sparkle. Sparkle had one song and it was only a hit because he was on it. Okay, Aaliyah. Okay, let's say whatever hand he had to make it Aaliyah star. He made Aaliyah a star. That's a star. That was 94. Who else?
That was J5 and
who?
All right.
Who? Exactly. I remember J5. They had one song, but that's the thing that always baffled me about the whole R. Kelly situation. Is like, yeah, we gonna risk our daughter's livelihood to put her with R. Kelly because he can make her star. It ain't like R. Kelly was making stars. Like I can understand if it was like, and not to put I'm not just use an example. I'm not trying to put any aspersions on this man. I can understand if it was like, you know, Jermaine Dupri. I can understand Diddy. Diddy made a lot of people in the stars. They weren't long stars, but it's a lot of people that Diddy put on. Okay, I get that. Who was R. Kelly putting on to where y'all was like, hey, I'll send our young cute daughter, and then for her protection, we'll send her older, quote unquote, not cute sister. Like, so you sent both your daughters? That was your plan? Okay, that's just always baffled me. Like, who was R. Kelly putting on to where y'all was risking?
Nobody. Because if you look at it, R. Kelly would collaborate with people who were stars already.
Right.
They already had songs.
Right. R. Kelly wrote a lot of stuff for a lot of stars, but he didn't collaborate.
He would collaborate with them and make their star get even brighter.
Right.
That's what he was a master at.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of music out there that R. Kelly wrote that we don't realize R. Kelly wrote, but he wrote that for people that were already stars. R. Kelly wasn't churning out stars. So that's one thing I never got. Like, okay, oh, he might make my daughter famous. Based on what? Based on what?
That's true. I never thought about it.
Like I say, you said J5. I ain't heard that name since whatever song they had was out. That one song that was, what song was it? I don't even remember.
Ice Cream.
Yeah. But I'm like, yes, like I say, and the only reason why Sparkle had a hit is because he was on it. Because everything else she did, name another Sparkle song. Besides, Be Careful. Name one. Go ahead. I'll wait. Not anybody? Bueller? Yeah. Exactly. R. Kelly ain't make nobody a star. So yeah, that was something that has always questioned me. But yeah, R. Kelly should absolutely be sitting in prison.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He should not be sitting in prison by himself. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. Where the parents at? Why aren't they in jail? I'm
parents
sorry.
need to be in there. Anybody that was in that, you know, entourage, bodyguards, anybody that knew
that allowed it,
exactly,
and supported it, turned a blind eye, didn't report nothing because they were getting this, they should be locked up too.
Exactly. R. Kelly should be in jail, but he should be a little bit more comfortable because he should be looking around at people that he knows. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly right. I agree with you on that.
Well, for my final words out here to all the people, make sure that y'all go out there and be happy. Don't listen to, you know, what people saying. Make sure that you're happy because happiness is the key. That's my point. Happiness is the key. Somebody may tell you, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be doing. Stop listening to people saying. Be happy.
Mm-hmm. Your final words, Fred?
I mean, I can't even follow that. Ain't no words better than that. Yeah, be happy. Do you live your best life? I mean, as long as you're not breaking laws and hurting other. Well, I can't even say not breaking laws because we got a lot of dumb laws. That's all right if you break. But let me not say that. There might be children watching. But yeah, be happy. Yeah. Live your best life. Do the best you can with what you got working with. Hey, that's it.
Be happy. Yeah.
And even though we a few months early, y'all know what it is. Wait, Empire.
I see it.
Yeah, it's always there.
My final thoughts are this. One, go visit a record store, damn it. Record stores are making a comeback. I don't know if y'all heard that, but vinyl's making a comeback, and therefore record stores are making a comeback. In where I live, we've opened no fewer than 3 over the last 4 years of small local record shops, and they're doing pretty good. Go visit one, y'all. It's not only is it fun, it's an education. Learn something. Learn some real stuff about real music for a change. Do that. And second thing is, if you're not going to take your relationship serious, just don't be in it. Just be single and free. Nothing wrong with it. But don't call yourself in a relationship if you're not going to take it seriously, because the other person might really be taking you seriously, and you don't want to play with their emotions. That's how people end up snapping and somebody end up dead. So don't do that. Just be honest. Like I always say to Dennis, communicate. Yes. Communication is so important. And too many people are out here not communicating when they need to. They sit back. Oh, well, they should already know. No, they don't already know. You need to learn to open your mouth and talk. Stop all this. Talk to the person and let them know, listen, can we just be friends? Because this is not going anywhere for me. 9 times out of 10, you'd be surprised how many times you end up with a good friend forever. Because I got something like that. Yeah. We still friends. So, and be happy, like he said. But those 2 things right there will add to your happiness. So that's the message from the chocolate girl.
Yes. God bless. Great day.